Did we even know that Mary Kay still had a line? I guess it does. Well, we're going to talk about just that in this video. Let's go. What up, it's Destiny. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the LA Lifestyle on a budget, giving you skincare, thriftwear, and a little bit of entertainment industry tips and tricks. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. So I started to kind of go back and look at some of my videos. I want to say like not even once a month, I want to say like every other month, maybe every couple of months, I get a chance to review a B.O.B., a black owned business, whether that be skincare or hair care, or it's usually one of those two categories. But then I thought, you know, I could go out there and review some of these businesses, which, you know, would be really, really awesome, which I am going to do, by the way. But I thought, why don't I start at home? So I actually have two family members who started their own business. They're essentially consultants for other companies. And so I thought, like, okay, well, why don't I start with them first? Why don't I start with my actual family members of color first, support their businesses, and then kind of transition and review some of these B.O.B.s in the next coming weeks. So I'm super, super excited about that, along with the fact that obviously I didn't upload a video for 2 weeks. Emotionally, it was just a lot going on for me. I was, you know, trying to look for businesses to donate to. I was, you know, on social media trying to explain things to people, and you guys know the whole drill. So I just really wanted to come on here, support my family members first, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not going to keep it true tea like I always do. If I like the product, I like it. If I don't, I don't. So my mother-in-law is actually a Mary Kay consultant. So I told her, okay, let's see if the products are still popping or whatever. Many of you know our grandmas, great-grandmas, moms, whoever used to buy this stuff like in the bucket loads back in the day. So they're still around, which I was not aware of. And they've come up with a lot of new products. They've tried to kind of essentially transition and start adding more natural stuff into their line, start kind of adding more products that people like me would be more interested in, like microdermabrasion and, you know, things like that. So I've reviewed some stuff kind of along. I would put this kind of in the category of like as far as like price point and like what it's kind of seeking to do, almost like Kate Somerville from what I can see from the Mary Kay website, me kind of going through their products and seeing what they have. But today I'll be reviewing the Mary Kay Timewise. This is the Microdermabrasion Plus set, Timewise Microdermabrasion Refine. So I've already washed my face. It asks you to do that beforehand. And then the Timewise Pore Minimizer. So you get a pretty good amount. You get 1 full ounce in the pore minimizer, and then you get 2.5 ounces in the Microdermabrasion Refine, and this set is $55. So actually that's pretty good. I feel like that's probably, you know, around the retail size for a microdermabrasion, because obviously it's not something that you're using every day. I don't exfoliate with something like this every day. I do this maybe like once a week, twice a week, if that. So I'm going to be trying this for you guys fresh on this channel. I have not opened it. I have not even really looked at it. So so this set is supposed to give you immediately younger, or skin looks younger and pores look smaller. So the pore minimizer, it kind of, I don't know, it's not a moisturizer because it says afterwards to add a moisturizer. So I'm like, okay, is it almost like a pore minimizing like primer that you would put on, or like a skin blur? I'm guessing it's kind of like one of those type things. So it's supposed to dramatically improve skin's texture, visibly improves the look and fine lines, and makes skin definition worthy. Okay, so this looks like the microdermabrasion is supposed to kind of polish off all of that kind of dead, flaky skin, and then you use the pore minimizer on top for, you know, your large pore areas. So let's just go ahead and jump in. So let me just add a little bit of water to my face. So dampen the skin. A lot of times with these microdermabrasions, the little kind of granules are so fine, and so when you put it on wet skin, it just kind of gives that nice, almost like buffing, as opposed to like other exfoliants, which maybe the granules are larger, maybe they have like seeds and nuts and stuff that are crushed in there, which I don't prefer those. I actually prefer more fine exfoliants. You just get a little small amount here. Okay, yeah, the granules are very small. It has very light, almost soapy scent to it. Okay, you really don't have to press hard because these granules are sharp. They're not very large, but you can definitely feel them on the skin. So if you have more sensitive skin, definitely go in very, very, very soft. Okay, so as of right now, this is very much giving me the texture of like the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. I think I reviewed this on the channel like way, 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 way back, and then it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Kate Somerville Microdermabrasion. So definitely more on that more mature skin end of the spectrum. So if you do decide to get this for like your mom or grandma, like this is going to be something that they're probably going to be used to. Okay, it's interesting because as I'm rubbing it on the skin, my skin starts to feel like more and more dry. There's really not a lot of like liquid or gel or slip in this. So definitely I would say, like, I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Definitely make sure that your skin is very damp before you start. Like literally wash your face after you finish with your face wash. Don't even like pat your skin dry. Like just go straight in with the microdermabrasion. It's gonna be a lot easier because my skin is like, girl, what we doing? what are we doing? Okay, there we go. So adding more water, staying very, very light on my fingertips. As you guys can see, I'm starting to get like a little bit of redness, like you do with some of these more like fine microdermabrasions. Usually when you exfoliate, you get that kind of like fleshiness going to your skin. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse off with warm water and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back so you guys can see my skin. Let me zoom in. What am I doing? So you guys can see I have like that little flushness to my skin from using that exfoliant. Definitely I would say even just do like lukewarm water, just because I feel like after microdermabrasion your skin kind of feels a little, not like super raw, but you kind of get a little bit of that sensitivity. So I mean, when I do microdermabrasion I like to rinse with cold, but that's just me. It says warm, so definitely do like more of a lukewarm. Okay, so now I'm going to jump in with the Timewise Pore Minimizer. Smooth product evenly over face in an upward and outward motion. Use morning and evening. Follow with your Mary Kay moisturizer. Okay, let me get a little bit. Hold on. Let me just start off with a little bit and see what it does. And I'm going to get my mirror real quick so I can really clock and let you guys know if my pores look more refined and smaller. Okay, this does feel a little bit greasy on the skin, but not bad. Let's see if it absorbs a little bit. I don't know, like products like this always kind of are a little bit weird for me. And this, again, has that same almost like very like light, kind of light, like soapy smell, almost like a Johnson's baby oil or like, you know, something in that realm. It just kind of has that very like, I feel like back in the day, like remember when Mary Kay used to have that very, very almost like baby powder kind of scent to it? Like for y'all that know, that had grandmas and mamas that bought this stuff by the packages, you guys know it had like that very signature scent. Now when I look at the back of the packages, it says that it is not scented, that there's no fragrance in it. I saw that somewhere. Yeah, it says oil and fragrance free for the microdermabrasion, and then for the minimizer it says oil and fragrance free as well. So it's very, very interesting. It's fragrance free, but it still kind of has that almost signature Mary Kay scent, but it's like very much toned down, which I like because it was just those other products back in the day were like a little too much for me. So it seems to have like absorbed in. My skin feels a little bit tacky, but I'm not getting that greasiness. Healthier, it looks dewier, but from what I can tell with my pores, I'm not really seeing too much of a difference. It looks slightly blurred in this area, but not that much. And then in my forehead area, I'm not seeing too much. I'm not getting the same results as I would if I were to use like, what's the name of the primer? The Hydro Grip or something like that. What's the one by Smashbox? That's like that. It snatches and blurs you. I'm not getting that same effect as I'm used to seeing with a primer, but I feel like, for like more mature women that don't want to do like a whole thick primer because maybe they don't like layer on tons of makeup, I feel like this almost feels primer like. It's just more on the, like as far as like you know when you have those primers that are like very, very thick and kind of like the Smashbox ones. So you have the really heavy duty ones, and then you have like on this end of the spectrum, what is it, the all-nighter the pink tube one that's like that lotion and it smells really, really good and it's very, very lightweight. I feel like you have like those two ends of the spectrums. This would be kind of be somewhere in the middle, but I do feel like a product like this is very much more for like more mature skin. I feel like if you are in your early to mid 20s, this really isn't going to do too much for you. I mean, the microdermabrasion might help a little bit, like, you know, every once in a while when you're exfoliating, but for the most part, I feel like this is definitely for my like mid to late 30s and beyond, because this definitely reminds me of products that are branded for women that have like more mature skin. So a Kate Somerville and kind of like those kind of brands where the price points are a little bit higher. But I feel like this is very much that kind of Macy's skincare type realm. So overall, it wasn't a bad product. It's just definitely not for my my age group, kind of like us, late 20s, early 30s, you know, or even early 20s. But I definitely would say, like, if you're looking for something for your mom, I know Mother's Day just passed, but I mean, maybe her birthday's coming up. I don't know, maybe her anniversary's coming up. I would say that this would probably be a good set for that. And $55 for that set of two isn't too bad. As far as the smell didn't bother me at all. I felt like it was way lighter from what Mary Kay used to have. That really, really heavy baby powder, waxy kind of scent. This is definitely more on the lighter end. I like the fact that it's fragrance-free and oil-free, which is good a lot of times for also, you know, mature skin. You want something that's not going to feel heavy. This doesn't feel heavy on my skin at all. I feel like this could probably replace whatever primer you're using. If you just maybe do light powder or maybe just do a little bit of eye makeup and blush, I feel like that's really good for mature skin too if you want to do like more of a natural makeup look, I guess. But as far as for me, the product's not really going to work, but for people that are more mature, it's going to work out for y'all. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in checking it out, I'm going to link it below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.